Hi, I'm Sawyer, and this is my SUV camper. Let's start with the car. My car is a 2006 Honda Pilot, and it's taken me pretty much anywhere I want it to go. I've taken it from Colorado to Northern California, down through Southern California, New Mexico, Arizona, and many national forest roads along the way. I've also taken it to the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone in Wyoming, and in just a couple weeks here, I'm going to take it up to Montana. This car is pretty much stock, but I have done some minor modifications to assist my travels. The first one is airbags in the rear suspension. These help reduce the sag caused by the extra weight of the camping setup. Also, I have Pirelli Scorpion all-terrain tires. With these tires and the four-wheel drive built into the car, I've been able to drive on snowy national forest roads, icy main roads, sandy trails, and pretty much any condition of road that I need to travel on. My car has just under 200,000 miles, and throughout those miles of driving, it's just had some maintenance and some minor repairs that have had to be done. That's it for the car. Now let's get into the camping setup. There are 3 sets of slides in here. There's a fridge slide, general storage slide, and then a kitchen slide. Let's start with the fridge. My fridge is an Alpacool 21-quart refrigerator. It runs off of a Bluetti battery, and with this fridge and that battery, I've been able to run it non-stop for over 5 days. This fridge is on locking drawer slides, which hold plenty of weight for when it's fully loaded and keep it from moving around while driving. Within this fridge, although it is pretty small, the lack of ice allows for more space to be utilized. Within it I hold stuff like produce, drinks, or pretty much anything I may need, including ice that I want to stay frozen. This fridge is usually at around 36 degrees, so ice can stay frozen for at least a couple days in here. In addition to the storage within the fridge, I also have these mesh bags on the outside. Within them, I hold stuff like lanterns, dish towels, spaghetti noodles, or bulky bags of chips that I may not want getting crushed. That's it for the fridge slide. Now let's get to the bottom slides. These slides, unlike the fridge slide, do not have actual mechanical drawer slides. They just slide across the bottom of the box. Opening the general storage slide, there's a simple latch to release it, which keeps it in place while driving, but is easy enough to undo when I need to access it. Also, there's spring-loaded handles on the front that help reduce rattle. Within this drawer, I hold multiple things. My main compartments are 3 fabric bins that I have fitted. Within them I hold stuff like extra food, paper towels, propane, or pretty much any other equipment I may need while camping. I also have some sleeping equipment stored on the side here, and also a fire extinguisher just in case. Besides the main compartment, there's also a smaller one at the front. This one I can access by clicking these 2 latches and swinging the front of the drawer down. Now that this is exposed, I have easy access to all my spices, soy sauce, cleaning utensils, cooking oil, and dish soap for when I'm ready to clean up. The front of this drawer also creates more workspace, so I'm able to utilize that while cooking or cleaning up. That's it for the general storage drawer. Let's jump into the kitchen drawer. This one works the same as the general storage drawer, however the footprint is much different. This one is separated into 2 compartments and is much wider but shorter than the general storage drawer. In the back compartment, I hold stuff like pots, pans, cooking utensils, eating utensils, and stuff like that. And then the front compartment is used for my Coleman camp stove. In addition, it also has a flexible cutting bat that I will show you how I use later. Like the general storage drawer, the front of this one folds down as well, creating more work area so I can more easily access my Coleman stove or set out food items that I may need while cooking. There is plenty of counter space already, but if I need just a little bit more, if I'm preparing something a little bit more complicated, I can reach under the side of the kitchen drawer and pull out extra countertop. This is plenty sturdy for if we need to set out food items while prepping, or even serve food on this area. That's pretty much it for the kitchen setup. However, if I need to cook some food, I have to cut some produce at some point. So I simply pull out the kitchen drawer all the way, and just like the countertop, I pull out my cutting board. Now with the cutting board pulled out, It simply fits across the top of this drawer. With my plastic cutting mat, I can cut up produce or anything else I may need. Besides what I've already showed, there's one more feature that might be my favorite. Reaching over to the side of the box, I have a collapsible sink. I set it on the end of the general storage drawer. And then with this water hose hooked up to a 6-gallon Walmart Reliance water tank, I have running water coming out of the back of my camper. This is just a simple water pump that is inside the water tank, and it's powered by a 12-volt battery. When I first built this solution for running water, I had issues telling the volume of water I had left until empty. Recently, I added a luggage scale that is hanging from one of the grab handles on the roof of the car, and it hooks down onto the handle of the water tank. It suspends it just an inch or two off the ground, and by looking at the weight of the luggage scale, I'm able to tell how much water is left until empty. That's it for the back of the SUV camper. We'll talk more about what's inside in just a second, but for now let's clean it up to show how quickly it can be put away. If I choose to do so, I can actually leave the cutting board on top of the general storage drawer, and it'll close no problem. That may make it more accessible, but it might be in the way sometimes. That's it for the back of the SUV camper. Now let's get to the inside. Welcome to the inside of the camper. There's not much going on in here, but there's more than meets the eye. Let's start with what you can see. On the passenger seat, there's a first aid kit mounted to the headrest. This is accessible from pretty much every door in the car, and it's very visible if somebody else needs to reach it. Moving down the seat, I have some gloves and also a little mirror that I may use while inside the car. Moving over to the driver's seat, I have a smoke detector and also a carbon monoxide alarm. Because I sleep in here, I want to be extra cautious. Underneath that is a little dustpan and dust broom. This is what I'd need to sweep out the car or sweep out any of the setup in the back. Down on the floor, I have my Bluetti 500-watt solar generator. This battery has pretty much every port I could need, and I can charge every electronic I may need off of it. And it is constantly charging whenever the car is on through this charging port. Besides that is a snow brush, just in case I run into any weather. And then on the seat, I have this plastic bin. Within I hold a air compressor if I ever need to inflate my tires, and also a small fan with a light built into it. Because I sleep in this, I have to have a way to set up a bed in here. To do so, I fold down the 60% seat, revealing my sleeping bag, and also these 3 pieces of wood stashed behind the seat. To set up the support for the bed, I use releasable hinges to joint these pieces together. Now that the base is completed, I fold out my platform, creating plenty of space to fold out my trifold mattress. Now this mattress is definitely overkill, but the 4-inch memory foam is very nice to sleep on. With the bed set up, I still have a decent amount of headroom, but I cannot sit up in it. If I do want to hang out in the car before I go to bed, I still have this one seat that I can sit on and read, watch movies, or just hang out before I head to bed. That's it for the camper. Now let's cook some food.